Well, we met at Lexington First Baptist Church on October 19th, 2008. And when I walked in, Liz was standing there talking to one of the youth right at the altar. And so we actually met at the altar of the church, which was pretty cool. It kind of set the stage for most of our relationship, that it would be centered around ministry and around church. And so, yeah, it's been cool.
He sang that day, and I sang that day with Mom. He definitely was the smooth talker that day.
And then she mentioned that she likes hammocks. So I hung the hammock up at the church, and we ended up sitting in the hammock talking for like 3 hours.
Pretty important thing in our relationship was deciding to be official. About 3 months later, in January, I hit a pretty transitional point when I was in Nashville. I was pretty upset, and so Steve came into town so that he could be with me and take care of me and help me deal with a wrecked car. And while he was there, 2 days later, I got laid off. And that led to me moving home by the end of the weekend. So I made the move to Lexington, Alabama, which put me right down the road from Steve Woody.
Maybe a month later, that I went out of town to work in Pennsylvania for an outage, and I'd always told her that I wouldn't say I love you until she did. Knowing that I was going to be out of town for a while, we went out to eat, and as we were leaving, I swept her up in my arms and said, well, I know I said I wouldn't tell you this until you said it first, but I can't leave without telling you that I love you. And she just looked, she's like, oh baby, I love you too. We went to Israel February 16th, and I knew I wanted to propose in Israel, but had no clue how that was going to happen.
We had the typical Israel experiences, going up to the Sea of Galilee and going over to Caesarea, where Paul was and where Paul sailed from, went and saw the Dead Sea and floated in the Dead Sea, and also went to Jerusalem. And our day in Jerusalem was very non-glamorous. So we were finished with our day in Jerusalem and about to leave, and we were taken to the Baptist House of Prayer. And in the upstairs of the Baptist House of Prayer, they have a room called the Upper Room. God let me know that He would teach me to love and that it was time. And so I immediately knelt down in the upper room and said, okay, Lord, I'm ready. And drew a picture to let Steve know that I was ready. And he saw it and knew that he could propose at any point after that.
And so it was probably a couple days after that, we were down on the Red Sea. We looked across the sea, and there was this gorgeous rainbow. It was the most beautiful rainbow we'd ever seen, and it was such a sign from the Lord. And it was about 30 minutes after that I proposed, and she finally said yes.